For those of you who have been following along and using these exercises all throughout December for high intensity strength training at home in the comfort of your own homes, I want to give you a little bit of insight as to how you can maximize your training. Over the course of 8 years, I have worked with lots of different devices or apparatus to help people reach the moment of momentary muscular failure when training them in high-intensity strength training. We can use our own body weight. We can, if we are unable to get up and down off the floor, we can push against immovable objects for maximum safety, maximum intensity, or we can go to a gym and we can use equipment as well. And then, of course, for those of you who do need it, there is one-on-one high-intensity strength training that is usually performed in studios with a high-intensity strength training trainer. The cost is usually somewhere between $400 and $700, but I want you to know that because high-intensity strength training changes lives so deeply, those prices will never go down. We're talking about something that is so powerful that every single client I've ever had has gotten measurable results. The reason for this, of course, that I talk about often is intensity. Intensity is very important. Now, those of you who are going through this at home with me, that I'm guiding you through this with, I want you to know you are capable of pushing further and deeper into intensity than you even think is possible. The people who train in high-intensity strength training with machines, it's a little bit easier for them to feel the intensity, for them to get to a higher intensity, and that's because they're using weights that typically will meet them halfway. If you're using the static contractions protocol of high-intensity strength training that I've been guiding you through, multiple exercises so far this month, I want you to know you can push harder against those immovable objects. Now, don't ever put yourself in a place where you strain something or where you feel a pinching or a sharp poking sensation. We always want to be very, very safe. We want to feel muscular contraction. We want to get to the point where our muscles are incapable of putting forth any more force. And that's the moment of momentary muscular failure. For those of you who are using the static contractions protocol that I've been guiding you through in these exercises for the past month or so, I want you to know that you can push a little bit deeper into intensity. There's something very powerful about having a trainer one-on-one guide you through the process of getting to momentary muscular failure and realizing that we're capable of pushing so much more than we thought was possible. Now, when people go to a gym and they use weights on their own for high-intensity strength training, we are talking about the vast majority of people believe that they're hitting momentary muscular failure, but they're actually not. They're not pushing to that deepest intensity that they can get, where all those health benefits do happen. So I want you to know that it's even more difficult to hit that moment when you're using static contraction protocols. Because here's the thing, you're not having another weight push against you. You are responsible for 100% of the pressure being pushed against that immovable object. Of course, for the abduction pushing outward, it's going to be a belt that we're pushing against. Of course, for the squat that we went through, we're going to be lowering ourselves, and the further we lower ourselves is going to put us into a deeper state of intensity. So I want you to know that you can get deeper into intensity. There's a very common theme that I see with people who have used high-intensity strength training and that have continued to do it for at least a year. They always say one specific thing. I had no idea that I could push so hard and that I was capable of so much. As you continue to grow your muscles, you'll learn that you're becoming very strong. You'll also learn that you're capable of putting in more effort than you ever thought possible through exercise. That is, if you continue on this path of high-intensity strength training and wanting to change your body in very specific and powerful ways. My biggest message to absolutely everybody who is doing high-intensity strength training If you've just started, if you've been doing this for 3 months on your own, if you've been doing it for 6 months on your own, I want you to give this a shot. Push deeper into intensity. Don't ever put your joints in jeopardy. Don't ever put your body in jeopardy in any way. You only want to have intense muscular contractions when you're doing all of this. So please be as safe as possible. Don't put yourself in any type of harm's way. Move slowly, use high intensity strength training, train a little bit more intensely, and you will continue to find out over time that you are much stronger than you think and that you're capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. It is a whole lot easier to help people out when I'm working with them one-on-one in live coaching, but I hope that everybody else is getting at least a portion of the benefits that all of my coaching clients do. And my main goal in all of this is to help people live a longer life with the power of strength training. And that is available to you because that's simply how this works. If you put in the effort, you will absolutely get the results. Effort equals results.